Alright, so in this video, we'll talk about on-page optimization, okay? More specifically, um, the just the meta tags and page titles and things like that. So on my last video, I talked to you about painters and stuff like that, and I know we talked about how the overall structure should have been just painters, but I didn't know this at that time when I was building this out. That's why I went into home painting. But that's okay because it is a little bit more specific, and that's fine. And I did get a few things right? I had interior painting, exterior painting, commercial painting as like the top three. All the other stuff is a little bit more tangential margins or markets, but that's okay. Anyway, so once you're in here, once you're inside the website, you can go ahead and go here and go to SEO. This is where you will find the page titles. As you can see here, it's very specific. In this case, I want to rank for Fullerton Home Painters. So I just have Fullerton Home Painters, California. That's why I have the name as Fullerton Home Painters anyway. So FHP Home Painters or whatever. You can make it super specific as long as these keywords are there. You can even put Home Painters in Fullerton, California. As long as it's the same same keywords, you just do it within the lines. You know what I mean? Don't get too fancy, but there is some wiggle room. Of course, you want to make this as simple as possible because usually shorter, to me, and to a lot of the audience, shorter is better so it's easier to read. Alright, and you want to be within 70 characters here, not words, but 70 characters. Also, the same approach when it comes to page description. You're basically describing whatever that page is about. And here you want to have as many, you don't want to stuff keywords, but make sure to have Fullerton in there and painters in there. You see how simple this could get? Basically, you want to describe it in a way where when people first glance at it, they know exactly what it's about. And of course, you want to be within the guidelines here, because some web pages, some web designers, they don't have these guidelines, but in this case, Snaps does. All right. So same thing when it comes to your service pages. Let's see here. Let's go to the service page. Let's go to interior painting service page. See here, interior painting, interior house painters, Fullerton, California. So that's my title of my service page, and I even put in the branding here, Fullerton Home Painters, FHP, Fullerton Home Painters. So it's that. You can even put that. You can even do that for the home page also. In fact, I can probably just put this in here also, Fullerton Home Painters, California. There you go. Still within. Alright. So same thing here. As long as you have the keywords that you're looking for, in this case it's interior house painters, right? So that's what I'm targeting, interior house painters. I can even just shorten it as interior painters, Fullerton, California. There we go. Yeah, because according to the keyword research that we did, right, the thing that we're looking for is basically interior painters. It's not interior house painters, it's interior painters. Get me? Okay. And same thing here. You want to have interior painters in your thing, and you want to have a call number here at the end, because some people don't even want to click on the site, they just want to see the number, and we want to make it as easy as possible for them to be able to dial the number. That's the idea here. And same thing for exterior painters. You can even take that out. You can take that out. Value exterior painters in Fullerton, California. Okay. Same thing. You want to have the number. You can get fancy here, but as long as those words, those keywords are in there, and maybe you can even put in some urgency when it comes to this. You can even say like, oh yeah, we're the best exterior home painters in Fullerton, California. That's fine too, as long as those keywords are there. Okay. Oh, also, in the page URL, you want to be able to name these with the as many as the keywords itself. So in this case, we're doing exterior painting, right? Okay. So I don't want to beat a dead horse here. So that's basically what we want to do. And as far as page design, I do not want you to basically have too much words at one time. Okay. This is probably enough. This is huge enough. Okay. And just be creative with it. Make sure that whenever you're creating a page that it's aesthetically pleasing. What they call this, the first fold, is the thing that's it comes from a word from newspapers where most people see the first fold of the newspaper. That's the eye-grabbing, eye attention, where all the eyeballs are at, and where the most attention rich content there is. So in this case, there's not really a lot of photos for the first fold thing with our site. I want it to be as attention grabbing as possible. We can even change the photo here if you wanted to. Okay, but the H1 tag that we have is House Painters, Fullerton, California. You see that? You see the hierarchy that we were talking about earlier? If it's our painter site, in this case, ours is House Painters instead of just general painters, but you get what I mean, right? It's basically the same idea. Okay? So, yeah, just be creative with this. You want to be as aesthetically pleasing as possible. Ideally, I would like you to have this on the right side because I want Google to be able to read the words first before the content, the contact form submissions. And yeah, so these are keyword rich. Also, these are H2 tags. H2 tags. I even put in painters near me here. And these are H2 tags. You can see? These are H2 tags, but I can make that, turn that into H2 tags. It still wouldn't, in fact, I should probably turn that into H2 tags to make it more bolded. So basically, you know what H2 and H3 tags are, or any of these heading tags. They're basically just structures for your whole site, so Google can read it better, right? Alright, so just more content, more content. As you can see, as I scroll down the page, it's very aesthetically pleasing. There's not a lot of text blocks that are just ginormous. Everything's colorful. Everything is, sometimes it's even like, has these fun designs. I want the websites to be like this. I don't want it to be super boring, because if it's super boring, especially in the first page, people will click out of it and it won't convert very well. And what they say is kind of like aesthetics is for the people, the words is for Google. And that's exactly what's happening here. We want to be able to appease both the people that's looking at this and Google that's looking at this, right? Okay, so service page. Remember our little pretty diagram? You want to have a keyword and those expanded keywords. When I was building this, I didn't have the tools that I was using now. So there's gonna be some things that are wrong here. Just a caveat. But basically, I want to write about house interior painters in Fullerton, right? Interior painting in Fullerton, that's a derivation. In fact, I should probably put interior. Well, it doesn't matter. It's a derivation. Google's smart enough to notice that. What I should have written about was our keyword research. So if I was writing about interior painting, I would have wrote about cost of interior painting, home painters, near me. Maybe I'll weave that in. Professional interior painters, interior painting companies, I would have weaved this in. This could have even been another H2 tags for that page. But yeah, so that is basically the idea. I don't need to beat a dead horse here, but that's how I want you to approach it, because these are the keywords. This is basically the keywords of from the most popular to the least popular, right? And we want to be able to aggregate as much traffic as possible, and that's basically what the site is about, right? We want to have as many people to see it as possible, because and how we're going to do that is we have to target the ones that are most popular. All right. Let's do one more example. Like say exterior painters. Same thing here. I should have done exterior painting or exterior painters. Same deal. And I should have written about. Where is he here? I should have written about exterior brick painting, local exterior painters, professional exterior painters, exterior aluminum siding, cost, commercial, exterior commercial painters. You see what I mean? How these words, they're not, yeah, these words are not like, it's not like this and this, this and this. It's not like that. You can weave it in left or right, or maybe even inside the keyword phrase. So I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, again, caveat, I didn't have these tools that I was doing at the time. So when I was writing all this, when we were writing all this, my VA specifically, we didn't have these guidelines. But these are great. This is great content still, you know. Like you even read it, it's very conversational and it's very captivating. Anyway, that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to me or your supervisor. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.